Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
Oh, we're going to talk about this hypocrisy today. Press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comment section. Press 1. Salute everybody that's tapped in. Y'all can hear me? Oh, we're going to talk about the hypocrisy. Because the hypocrisy is diabolical around here. Now, like I said, this is the reason why I roll with guys like Kwame Brown, who said, hey, man, hey, these celebrities, like I told y'all before now, right? All these people, oh, man, they're doing Diddy wrong, man. They're trying to go against the black man. They're trying to tear a black man down. They're trying to tear the black man down, playing all that bullshit with Diddy, nigga. A man who black people have came out here and talked down against that worked with him because they said he did him wrong. The list goes on and on and on, and it's sweeter than Ben and Jerry's, nigga. So what did Diddy do, y'all? Now, I wonder if they're going to call out this blatant hypocrisy from Sean P. Diddy Combs. Because these mofos running around here using a race card when Sean P. Diddy Combs, at the last hour, has went and hired a black female lawyer who did what, y'all? Now, everybody out here complaining, oh, man, they're going after Smokey Robinson, man. They're going after Shannon Sharp, man. They're trying to tear down a black man, man. They're trying to do it, man. They're doing that, man. And what does Diddy do? Diddy take that, goes out and signs a black lawyer who sued a infamous black music group, Cash Money Records. Oh, you know I got the paperwork. In her sexual assault case. How the hypocrisy? So, they're trying to take down our black billionaires. They're trying to take down our black celebrities. But this woman right here, she tried to take down black celebrities because she tried to sue them. Diddy got her on his defense team. Oh, let's get into it. Oh, it's right here. According to reports, Diddy's new attorney was all worded at a Cash Money Records studio party in 2001. That report right there came out of XXL. Oh, it's published today. Oh, you know we gonna cook. You know we gonna cook, and you know I got the paperwork, nigga. I just want to know if these niggas gonna keep this shit 100 and call out Diddy for his bullshit. Because like I said before, if it's about tearing black men down, why would you go hire a female lawyer who went after black men? Oh, but it ain't about the victims, right? Don't make no excuse for this one. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. So I guess in her case, she was telling the truth, but all these other women is lying, huh? Let's keep going now, because you know I got to smoke, right? Got Billboard. Cash Money's Birdman and Slim connected to sexual assault lawsuit per report, right? Cash Money, Slim, and Baby are being held accountable for a sexual assault case. Now, let me read this. Let me read this, right? So according to reports, right, as Sean Diddy Combs, and I'm reading verbatim from the articles, prepares for what's being dubbed as the trial of the century, all eyes are on his high-powered legal team. And one main name is raising eyebrows for reasons beyond the courtroom drama. Her name is Nicole Westmoreland, that girl you seen on your screen just there. The only black woman on Diddy's defense team. Remember they said Diddy's looking for a black girl to put on his defense team. He had all other people. Ain't nobody crying about that. See, this the hypocrisy of these niggas. And this is the reason why I don't fuck with no celebrities. Excuse my French. Oui. All that black talk. And it took Diddy to the last hour to go get a black lawyer. And the only other black lawyer he had walked off and quit. Get out of here, man. Diddy got all those other lawyers. But they come, hey, man, they're trying to tear a black man down, man. They're trying to tear a black man down. Fuck out of here, man. I was never capping, nigga. This is the reason why I don't bank on these celebrities. They sit up here and do all this with Diddy. Now, let's keep going. Let's talk about this because she went after black men. But y'all ain't got a problem with Diddy hiring that type of girl. I ain't hear no complaints. This is the reason why I don't jump up behind these celebrities, because the hypocrisy is blatant and alarming. According to the article, it says that Nicole Westmoreland, the only black woman that's on Diddy's defense squad, has a backstory that's both powerful and, in this case, deeply ironic. Back in 2012, Mrs. Westmoreland made headlines of her own, but she wasn't defending a celebrity. She was standing up against one. She filed a civil lawsuit against Cash Money Records co-founders Birdman Brian Williams and Slim Ronald Williams after she was sexually assaulted by one of their associates at a recording studio. The assault was horrifying. Westmoreland, who had been invited to the studio for what she believed was a professional presentation, was attacked in the restroom by Alfred Cleveland, a Cash Money associate. She testified in court that he bit her cheek, forcibly turned her around, pulled down her jeans, and Cleveland ultimately pleaded guilty to those charges. Even more disturbing, Westmoreland says she was offered $100,000 cash to stay silent. And when she refused, she was allegedly threatened with unaliving if she didn't drop the case. Though Birdman and Slim were not physically involved in the assault, Diddy's new lawyer argued in her lawsuit that they were liable for creating a dangerous environment. She said, and I quote, "I believe Brian Williams and Ronald Williams had to know the R word man was dangerous," she said on the stand. And she wasn't just fighting for herself. She was trying to hold an entire system accountable. These buck dancers on YouTube, shuckers and jivers, capping ass, celebrity praising ass Negroes, gonna come up here and browbeat everybody else when Diddy goes and hires a lawyer that sues celebrities and accusing them of the same thing people accuse him of. Make it make sense. I'm pulling the strap out. Make it make sense. They ain't gonna talk about this. They ain't gonna talk about this. They not gonna talk about this. Why they ain't gonna talk about this? Oh man, they trying to tear a black man down, man. I swear to God, man. They coming after Smokey, man. They coming after this one, man. They coming after that one, man. Diddy goes and hires a lawyer. Man, y'all trying to tear Diddy down, man. Diddy innocent, man. Diddy goes and hires a lawyer that's trying to tear down other black celebrities. Not only that, celebrities that Diddy was cool with. Remember, Diddy had tracks with Cash Money. Remember? He went and hired that lawyer who tried to take them down. Who's the real buck dancers? Who the real chucker and jivers? I dare y'all to say that. I double dog, triple dog dare y'all to say that. They ain't gonna say that though. The hypocrisy is alarming. And guess what? You know how Ticket do. You know I got the paperwork. Paperwork party. Paperwork party. Paperwork party. Paperwork party. You know I got the paperwork. You know I got it. It goes on to say, right? So now she's defending Diddy. Diddy has hired this lawyer now. Where they at? Where's all the people at there saying, hey, man, I'm finna tell y'all, man, because see, man, they doing Diddy dirty, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all niggas, man, I'm just being, man, come on, man. They're trying to tear a black man down and you helping them. Well, what about Diddy? She tried to tear a black man down and Diddy went and hired her, gave her a job. He couldn't find no other black female lawyer in America. I'm asking y'all a question. I'm asking y'all a direct question. Now, let's read the paperwork right here, right? Right? Let's read the paperwork right here. Westmoreland versus Williams. Court of Appeals in Georgia, right? Westmoreland versus Williams. Now, let's look at this up here, right? Look, read this. Read this now, right? Decided on June the 27th, 2008. Theodore H. Lackland, Atlanta, for the appellant. McLean and Merritt, Howard M. Lessinger, Hollis C. Cobb, James H. Cox, Atlanta, for appellees. After Nicole Westmoreland was R-worded during a party at a music recording studio, she sued the recording artist who had invited her there on a theory of premises liability. The trial court granted summary judgment to the defendants because factual disputes preclude summary judgment. We reverse. Let's keep going. Summary judgment is awarded when there is no genuine issue of material fact that was the movement is entitled to judgment as a matter of law. When considering a motion for judgment summary, the trial court must give the opposing party the benefit of all reasonable doubt and must construe the evidence in all inferences and conclusions therefrom in the light most favorable to the opposing party. On appeal from the summary judgment, we conduct a de novo review of the law and evidence. Viewed in a light favorable to Mrs. Westmoreland, the record shows that in 2001, when Westmoreland was 19 years old, she worked at a business that helped people reinstate their suspended driver's license. In early December 2001, she met Brian Williams, vice president of Louisiana-based Cash Money Records, quote-unquote CMR, a music recording label, and a man named Stone, who she said he worked for CMR. Westmoreland described her job to Stone, who said that many CMR employees and recording artists had suspended license and could probably use her services. Stone invited Westmoreland to make a sales pitch to CMR at Patchwork's recording studio in Atlanta, where CMR had rented studio recording space. Because Westmoreland was connected or concerned about whether she would be safe at Patchwork's studio, she called the studio and spoke with the receptionist, who told her that Patchworks provided security during recording sessions and also had security cameras on the premises. In addition, Mrs. Westmoreland drove to the studio to view the exterior and see if she was comfortable. She saw Brian Williams and Stone in the studio parking lot, and they assured her she would be safe inside. They encouraged her to enter the studio then, but Westmoreland declined and said she would return the next day. The following evening, Mrs. Westmoreland drove to Patchworks with 3 female friends. Stone met them outside and buzzed them into the studio. The group went to a lounge area where CMR was hosting a party for a whole bunch of friends, up to 50 people. One of the partygoers was Alfred Cleveland, a neighborhood friend of Ronald Williams, who was the president of CMR and Brian Williams' brother. Cleveland had been admitted to the party with Ronald Williams' permission. After Westmoreland's group arrived at Patchworks, Stone's brother Elliot was introduced to Mrs. Westmoreland as a rapper for Cash Money. Stone and Elliot asked the 2 of Westmoreland's friends to go out of the store for some items they needed. Mrs. Westmoreland's friends left in her car. Stone then left the lounge to attend a recording session, and Mrs. Westmoreland's remaining friend was busy braiding somebody's hair. At that point, Mrs. Westmoreland became uncomfortable because many people in the lounge were using illegal drugs. She felt isolated without her friends, and her car was gone. This the lady that Diddy just hired, y'all. But they say these niggas trying to tear down a black man. They trying to tear down a black man. But Diddy got a lawyer who tried to tear down black, famous musician artists. Make it make sense. The cap is real, nigga. I was never fucking capping. Let's keep going. Westmoreland, Mrs. Westmoreland asked someone where the bathroom was and was directed down some steps. As she descended the steps, she passed Cleveland, who told her that he would show her the way to the bathroom. Mr. Cleveland followed Mrs. Westmoreland to the bathroom door, where Mrs. Westmoreland turned around, and told Mrs. Cleveland that she didn't have to go anymore, but he grabbed her, pushed her into the bathroom, and R-worded her. During the R-word, someone knocked on the bathroom door. Cleveland called out, Mr. Cleveland called out, "You know what's going on," and told the other person to guard the door. When Mr. Cleveland finished R-wording Diddy's lawyer, Mrs. Westmoreland, he opened the bathroom door and Elliot walked in. Mr. Cleveland told Elliot, "You can F that B now." But when Mrs. Westmoreland begged Elliot for mercy, he let her leave. Mrs. Westmoreland fled the building and waited in the parking lot for her friends. Shortly thereafter, Stone and Cleveland came outside and warned Mrs. Westmoreland not to call the police. Mrs. Westmoreland nevertheless reported the crime, and Mr. Cleveland was arrested. He was charged with R-word and eventually pled guilty to aggravated assault with intent to R-word. Mrs. Westmoreland sued Cash Money Records and Brian and Ronald Williams for negligence, alleging that the R-word resulted from their failure to keep the Patchworks premises safe. The defendants sought summary judgment on the grounds that there was no evidence that they controlled the Patchwork premises. There was no evidence of a connection between the R-word and any condition of Patchworks, and the R-word was not foreseeable. The trial court granted the defendant's motion without explanation. On appeal, Mrs. Westmoreland argues that there are genuine issues of material fact as to all issues raised by CMR and the Williams brothers. No appellee's brief was filed. To the dude who said she's lying, how she lying when the brother got convicted? How she lying when the dude got convicted? See, Diddy think he being slick going against his own shit. See, what Diddy's trying to do is he want to try to get a black lawyer who will come in. So he had to get another black lawyer because the other black lawyer walked out on him saying, "Ain't no way I can defend this dude." He had to go get another black lawyer, but he said, "You know what? We're going to go get this female. We're going to go get this female who has been a victim so we can bring her in court. Everybody can talk about this story and say, oh, yeah, this is a real victim. She went and reported it." The little thing Diddy forgot is that the same thing he's crying about and these dudes are arguing about, which is prejudice against a black man, his damn lawyer sued black men. You can't make this shit up. Famous black men. Ticket for the win again. From the 3 line, nigga. Nothing but the bottom of the nets on these hoes. Straight like that. Now, like I said, this is the reason why I don't get behind these damn celebrities. Because these niggas be capping, nigga. Period. Point blank, period. Diddy out here and all these buffoons running around here. Hey, man, ain't no one did it wrong, man. They don't give him a fair trial, man. I'm telling you, man. Shut up. Shut up. Diddy just went and hired a lawyer who tried to take down one of the most famous, infamous black music groups in the history of the game. I wonder if they're going to say something about that, though. I got the paperwork right here in front of you. That's her right there. That's her right there. Make it make sense. Where's the hypocrisy? So is she trying to tear down black famous men? Picture this. Now, if she was not Diddy's lawyer, if nobody knew she was Diddy's lawyer, and y'all heard about those allegations when they came out, stuff, they would have said she was lying too. But I guess she telling the truth because she Diddy lawyer, right? Fuck out of here, man. Like I said before, man, it's just easy work. Put all these niggas in the crock pot, nigga. Nigga can't fucking stand with me, nigga. Stand on my fucking level, nigga. Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about when I cook. When I cook, let me cook. Let me cook. This is the reason why I don't get behind those. First of all, you're beating the hell out the girl on tape. You're being charged with that in court under the RICO Act, racketeering. It's in the paperwork. Open the indictment. Turn to page 3. It's right there. He's out of here. Like I said before, Diddy's the biggest hypocrite known to mankind. And not only that, Diddy was cool with Cash Money. Why would you hire this lawyer who tried to take down a group that you was cool with? You was cool with Baby and them. Remember, y'all was doing music together. Remember, Diddy? Oh, they quiet now. Why everybody quiet? It's quiet time now. When Tiki come pull up that paperwork and start really cooking, it's quiet. She tried to tear down one of the greatest black groups ever with her accusations. Y'all say everybody else is trying to tear down the black community, tear down black. Diddy goes and hires a lawyer, a black lawyer who tried to take down black famous artists. Let's keep reading. Mrs. Westmoreland sued Cash Money Records, Brian and Ronald Williams, for negligence, alleging that the R word she had ensued resulted from their failure to keep the Patchwork Studio premises safe. The defendants sought summary judgment on the grounds that there's no evidence that they controlled the Patchwork premises. There was no evidence of a connection between the R word and any condition at Patchworks, and the R word was not foreseeable. The trial court granted the defendant's motion without explanation. On appeal, Diddy's lawyer, Mrs. Westmoreland, argues that there are genuine issues of material fact as to all issues raised by Cash Money Records and the Williams brothers. No appellee's brief was filed. Right? It says that OCGA 5131 requires an occupier of land to exercise ordinary care in keeping the premises safe for invitees. This duty extends to protecting invitees from foreseeable criminal attacks by third parties. If the proprietor has reason to anticipate a criminal act, he or she has the duty to exercise ordinary care to guard against injury from dangerous characters. Number 1, the appellee's argument below, or is to argue below, that they did not control or manage the Patchwork's premises. Right? That means that Baby and them said, hey, we don't control the premises. Liability under the law may arise when an occupier of the land has personal charge of or exercises the right of management or control over the property in question. Whether the occupier exercises such control generally is a question of fact. Contrary to the appellee's argument, there was evidence in the record that Cash Money Records paid Patchwork Studio for the privilege of using not only the recording studio, but also the lounge area where Cash Money Records hosted a party for a large group of friends. There was also evidence that the guests had to be buzzed in to the premises and that Cash Money Records had the authority to decide which people were admitted. Finally, there was evidence that Mr. Cleveland was a friend of Ronald Williams and he was admitted to the party with Williams' permission. Thus, there is a factual dispute as to whether appellees exercise control over the premises, and summary judgment was not appropriate on this ground. Please smash the like button. We should have over 1,000 likes. This is easy work. A caveman can do it. Number two, the appellees also argue below that there was no evidence that the R word was connected to any condition on the premises or that the R word was foreseeable. Knowledge by the owner or occupier of or his employee of the dangerous condition created by a third person is a prerequisite to recovery under the OCGA 51.3.1 law. The question of whether a criminal attack was reasonably foreseeable generally is for the jury. All that is required to survive a summary judgment motion by the defense is the evidence that the particular danger which resulted in the assault on the plaintiff in this case was foreseeable under all circumstances. Our Supreme Court has held even weak evidence of foreseeability is sufficient to give rise to a triable issue. Construed in the light most favorable to Westmoreland, there is evidence that Cash Money Records invited a 19-year-old female onto the premises to make a business presentation and assured her that she would be safe. After she arrived, Cash Money Records left her isolated in a lounge full of people she did not know, many of whom were using illegal drugs. There is evidence that while Mr. Cleveland was R-wording Mrs. Westmoreland in the bathroom, Elliott, who identified himself to Mrs. Westmoreland as a CMR affiliate, knocked on the door. Mr. Cleveland told Elliott, "You know what's going on," and asked Elliott to guard the door, which Elliott did. When Cleveland finished R-wording Mrs. Westmoreland, he opened the door for Elliott, who entered with the ostensible purpose of R-wording Mrs. Westmoreland, Diddy's new lawyer, himself. A jury could infer from this exchange that Elliott, a representative of Cash Money Records, had prior knowledge either that Mr. Cleveland was going to attack Mrs. Westmoreland or that Mr. Cleveland had previously attacked other women in a similar fashion. Such knowledge should be legally imputed to Cash Money Records. Because the evidence and the emphasis from it, construed in the light most favorable to Mrs. Westmoreland, permit the conclusion that the appellees controlled the premises and should have foreseen the attack on Mrs. Westmoreland, summary judgment was not warranted. The judgment was reversed. Right? It says that she also sued other parties, including Mr. Cleveland, Patchwork Studio, and another entity, Universal Music Group Recordings, Inc. Patchworks and Universal won the summary judgment. Westmoreland appealed that ruling, but her appeal was dismissed for failure to pay court costs. Mr. Cleveland, never answered Mrs. Westmoreland's complaint, so the default judgment was entered against him on the issue of liability because he never answered it. This failure serves as an admission of Westmoreland's statement of facts so long as those facts are supported by the record, right? So basically, she went to appeal. She lost her appeal. She tried to go after Cash Money in them, and she lost. This is Diddy's lawyer. It's Diddy's lawyer. Where is all of the screaming and hooting and hollering about the hypocrisy of Sean Diddy Combs and all of his delusional ass followers who would dare take up for a man who they seen do what the hell he did? Scum of the living earth. Yes, he is, nigga, and he's a buck dancer too. He's a buck dancer. He's a shark. That's a real buck dancing dude right there on y'all screen. The people who are terrorizing their own communities, these are the real shuckers and jivers. See, Sean Diddy Combs went and hired this black woman who tried to take down dudes he was cool with in the music industry. She lost. She tried to take down. Now, the one dude got arrested. He got convicted. The one dude. He admitted, he pleaded, he got convicted. The one dude. But what about her going after Cash Money Records? Ain't she trying to tear down a black man? Ain't she trying to destroy black men? Ain't she trying to tear down our celebrities and our niggas ain't gonna say that. They ain't gonna say that. Y'all need to hold these niggas responsible and accountable for their actions and the shit they say, nigga. Sean Diddy Combs went and hired a woman who tried to take down his own people that he had associated with and created music with in the industry. Y'all seen it? He don't went and hire her. All you gotta do is do a little bit of your research and history. It's all right there in the paperwork. And y'all know me. I gets the paperwork, baby. I gets the paperwork. She tried to hold Birdman and Slim accountable for something somebody else did to her. That's foul. Because how you gonna hold them accountable for something somebody else did to you on a premises that they don't even own? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Birdman and them didn't own that studio. They didn't own that premises. How you gonna sue them for something somebody else did to you inside when they didn't own that premises? Make it make sense. It'd be different if you're in their house. Now, I'm gonna sit back. They're gonna hear this shit. They're gonna ignore this shit. I'm telling y'all this. That's why I told y'all, bro. I don't rock with no nigga like Diddy. Slimy, grimy vibes, bro. Period. And all the stuff I've heard, man, come on, man. Never in a day. Like I said before, I got morals and ethics. Now, to the person who says when you operate as a business, no, you're not. That's why she lost in court. Jan QTJB. Wrong. That's why she lost in court. Because they were at a studio. They didn't own that studio. They didn't own that studio. They were at a studio that they didn't even own. They could not foresee that this guy was going to do this to her. So how you going to hold somebody responsible that's not at their studio and it's not them, but somebody else went out there and did something? You can't hold them responsible for that. Straight up. That's like if I got 20 homies and one of them going to do something crazy. I don't know he going to do it. And we at a spot, I don't own the spot. He do something crazy. You can't hold me accountable for that. He a grown-ass man. You got to go after him. But why did she go after them? Because they had the money. Now, like I said before, y'all, like I said before, man, y'all niggas know I'm getting the paperwork, nigga. You already know, nigga. Huh? She tried to take down one of our most infamous groups ever, and she lost in court. Now, in civil court, she lost. The other dude, Mr. Cleveland, according to the reports, he admitted to his part. So, boom. Diddy, little slick ass, trying to use her to say, yeah. See, this is what happens when you really are in a situation because they threaten. Now, think about this. Diddy he's smart, but too smart for himself. Because this is going to backfire. Because his whole premise is, oh, they're trying to come at a black man and tear down a famous black man, a rich black man. Bro, you just hired a lawyer. Diddy just gave the prosecution everything they need. They're going to say, Diddy, you talking about we trying to tear down a famous black man, but you had all white lawyers. The one black lawyer you had quit. Then at the last minute, you go hire another black lawyer who tried to take down one of the most infamous black groups in the history of hip hop. You a blatant hypocrite. Get his ass out of here, nigga. Like I said before, this is easy work. It's easy work. Now tell me I'm capping. Now y'all watch the whole internet gonna be talking about what I said right here. Because they ain't do their research. All you gotta do is a little bit of research and it come right up, nigga. Didn't I tell y'all this? I know, but see, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. It's right there in the paperwork. She sued them and she lost. The only reason why she got her judgment against the dude who did it against her is because he didn't show up. And she filed an appeal and lost. It's right in the paperwork. Diddy went and hired her. But talking about somebody trying to tear down a black man. And again, we saw Diddy doing music. Wasn't Diddy doing music with Cash Money for a second? Birdman and them, didn't he do a couple tracks with them in the past? Come on, man. Y'all stop this. But you're gonna talk about trying to tear a black man down, man. Y'all, man, like I said before, this is the reason why. Good old ticket over here. I stand on what I believe in, Playboy. And I don't believe in a lot of these celebrities. I'm telling you, there's only a very few, only a chosen few that's solid like that. Period. So Diddy, his whole thing was gonna backfire. Because see, I know what he's trying to do. He gonna go into court and they're gonna play this thing like, yeah, look, Diddy got a lawyer. His lawyer really went through some stuff. And she reported it. So they're gonna say, hey man, why didn't you report it? And he's gonna say, see, they tried to offer her money. Now see, Diddy's gonna use this, and this is black dudes that Diddy's gonna be trying to bring. Diddy ain't slick. Unless he just they're so misinformed that they didn't even know this woman had all this on her. They're either the most misinformed people in the world or they trying to be slick. Now you pick one. You pick one. Either Diddy and them was so desperate to get a black lawyer, female lawyer to sign on with them, but I just don't believe it. They had to do all their research on this. And trust me, that is going to come up at some point in time in this case. That's why I always told y'all gotta do your homework. When you look at these situations, do your homework. Do your homework. Do your homework. Because I do mine. I do mine. Soon as Diddy hired this girl, I heard about her back. I said, what? That's the girl? And I went and looked up and did my research. I said, that's the girl who went out to Cash Money in them. Because I'm a big Cash Money fan. 992,000. You understand what I'm saying? Girl, who is you playing with? Now, after you back it up, then stop. Drop it like it's hot. Right? So, like I said before, this is what I be trying to tell y'all about. So, when Diddy is out, this is the most hypocrisy I've ever seen. You're going to say, hey, man, Diddy's saying all of these white folks trying to bring me down. Instead of Diddy getting a whole rack of black lawyers, what did he do, y'all? What did he do? He had one black lawyer. That one black lawyer was like, nah, man, I quit, man. I can't even take this. Ain't under no circumstances can I. Then, at the last minute, his lawyer just got grilled in court. One of his lawyers, Terry Gregoros, got grilled in court for saying that the prosecution is like a six-pack full of white women. Well, your whole defense team is white, sir. Diddy's whole defense team is white. Oh, but then y'all at the last minute, y'all go get the black girl. Nigga, stop playing with me, nigga. And then the black girl y'all got tried to tear down one of our famous black groups. But see, niggas ain't gonna call this out. They ain't gonna call Diddy out for this. Everybody talking about, hey, man, they doing Diddy dirty. Diddy ain't playing the game right. Why would I ever employ a woman and put money in her pocket that tried to tear down one of the most infamous black groups ever? Make it make sense. This man got 8 lawyers. He going desperate. Again. Now, as I said before, and the paperwork is right there, baby. Paperwork party, nigga. Paperwork party. Paperwork party. And I'm not saying, because the dude that actually did it to her, they say got convicted. But it wasn't Birdman. It wasn't Slim. They didn't have anything to do with it. But she went after them. Now, you tell me, right? You tell them. Now, like I said before, everybody looking at this and they ain't saying, hey, man, what's going on? Right now, they're going to tear his ass up because that goes directly against Diddy, his whole defense about they're trying to tear a black man down. Because all the prosecution going to say, man, you just hired a lawyer who went after one of the most infamous black groups in the history of hip-hop. What are you talking about? You defeat your whole purpose. You got a whole stage over there full of white lawyers defending you, and the one black lawyer you had quit. Then at the last second, you go hire another black lawyer. Man, they're going to tear his ass up on the stand. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm just giving y'all the game. I'm just giving y'all the game. Diddy is being hit with 5 different charges. Sex trafficking, solicitation of prostitution, RICO charge, and he has 2 other charges as well. Under the RICO, Diddy's being charged with the violence, the guns, all that stuff. All that stuff y'all think is state crime is being charged under the Racketeering Act. That's a whole different charge. That charge right there goes up to life just for the racketeering. It's in the paperwork. Like, share, subscribe. Salute to everybody tapping on in. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the KING, period, nigga. And I'm gone.
All right, you guys, so we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.